I was coaching this couple and they wanted to budget $1,000 a month for Walmart, which is a bad idea, but not for the reasons you think. Hey lovebirds, it's Dan Hinz and welcome to Adulting with Money, where I help millennial couples unite, not fight, over their money. And if you want to hear more stories like today, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But let's get into it. So I was coaching this one couple and they were starting their first budget ever. They hadn't really ever done it before. They knew they needed to control their spending, but they really didn't know how to start. And so we walked through the idea of budgeting. Now, before I get too deep into the weeds, keep in mind that my philosophy on budgeting is that it is a tool to help you with your goals. My channel is called Adulting with Money, and sometimes we think, oh, we're adults, we should be exercising, we should be dieting, we should be budgeting, and well, yeah, maybe. But in the end, as adults, we need to pick what we want for our lives, and budgeting and tracking your money are just tools that help you get what you want. You have to pick what you want first. Now, this particular couple, they wanted to get out of debt. They definitely wanted to put more savings into retirement, and so we were going through the process of budgeting to make sure they understood just how that as a tool would help them get out of debt and help them put more money into retirement. Now, before I get into what this couple did wrong, I have a confession to make. I mean, when my wife and I started to budget, I went overboard. I mean, I have an engineering degree, I have an MBA in finance, I love this number stuff, I'm a smart person, but the problem is sometimes I take that a little too far, and we had a category for everything in our budget. We had a category for makeup and toiletries and cleaning supplies and home improvement, all this other stuff, and after a couple months, what my wife and I figured out was that it was just way too much work, is that we were doing fine with our money and we were spending all this time trying to figure out, well, how much are we going to spend on makeup? How much are we going to spend on toiletries? How much cleaning supplies are we going to need this month? And the problem is, we never knew. It was a crapshoot. It was a guess every single month, and we were spending all this time and energy trying to predict what was going to happen. Essentially, we were just wasting time trying to guess at stuff. So what we did was we decided to create one giant bucket. It's called our toiletries cleaning budget, and we just throw money at it. We made a rule for ourselves, which is if we use it in the bathroom or we use something to clean the house inside or out, it's the toiletries and cleaning budget. So whether we're buying toothpaste or makeup or toilet paper or paper towels or bleach or, some sort of weed killer for outside, it all comes from one budget. And so that helps us track our money, but it doesn't waste time that we could be spending on better things, time that we could be doing to help us get closer to any of our goals. So that's one way where budgeting can go wrong, is that you're just way too detailed and it's okay to cut back. Okay, so I told that story to this couple and they said, that sounds great. So they went and they did their budget and they came back to me with a budget, their first budget, and they had a line item in it that was $1,000 for Walmart. Now, this couple loved to shop at Walmart. They shopped at Walmart for everything, and Walmart is a great store. You can get everything there. You can get your clothes, you can get your toiletries, you can get your pharmacy, you can get eyeglasses, you can get your tires changed. I mean, it's just everything is there. So a family spending $1,000 a month at Walmart isn't really out of the realm of possibility. I mean, if you're going there for everything, yeah, that happens. In fact, you might be spending $1,000 a month on Amazon right now. That's how the world is starting to change. Now, the problem that I told them that they were going to run into is they took my story a little bit too far. And the fact that it's not that they were going to spend $1,000 at Walmart, it's to say, well, what if they overspend $1,000 at Walmart? What did they spend it on? Because when you start to use apps and you start to track your money, is that the receipt that you get, it has, the line items on it of what you bought, and at the bottom it's got the total and it's got the date and that you shopped at Walmart. Now, but when you use an app, it only sees that bottom part. It only sees the amount, the date, and where you spent it, but it doesn't have that list. So unless this couple wanted to keep all those receipts and wait for something to go wrong and then figure out, well, what went wrong, they'd really be in trouble. So the moral of the story here is that, for me and my wife, we went one way too far, is that we were way too detailed in what we were trying to do. And this couple went a bit too far in the other direction, is to say, well, if they overspent their budget, it wasn't enough detail, it wasn't enough information to figure out, well, what went wrong and how could they do better to not overspend and start to reach their goals. If this is your first time in Adulting with Money, be sure to subscribe so you'll hear more stories like this, and I'll help you and your partner get on the same page with money and get to your goals faster. Whether you're trying to get out of debt, save more for a house, or save more for retirement, or you just want to have a little bit more fun, we'll get you on the same page and we'll get you there faster. Take care.